As film fans will know, a film with multiple sequels rarely matches up to the original, and the same can be said for the Mercedes A-Class. The original was innovative and unique, and subsequent versions have been nothing special in the family car market. However, this latest version is a whole lot better and could prove that we should remain open-minded. And it needs to be good because the competition is Audi A3 and BMW 1 Series. Can it compete? Or should you go for something cheaper, such as the Volkswagen Golf? That's what we'll find out in this review, as well as what it's like to drive, how easy it is to live with, and how practical it is. And remember, if you're in the market for a new car or fancy a new Mercedes A-Class, go to our new car buying section on whatcar.com, where we can help save you thousands. First of all though, let's see what it's like to drive. The range starts with a 1.3 litre petrol badged as an A200. It feels nippy, especially around town, but you do have to work it quite hard to get some pace out of it. If it's more power that you're looking for, there's the A250, which has the 2 litre petrol engine. It packs a lot of punch and it will get you up to motorway speeds in just over 6 seconds, which is quicker than a lot of hot hatches. If you're doing enough miles to warrant it, then your only option at the moment for a diesel is the A180D. It has 114 brake horsepower and it's on a par with the Audi A3 1.6 diesel. It's powerful enough and it has mid-range poke and delivers its power progressively, which makes it an ideal commuter's car. No matter which engine you go for, you get an automatic gearbox as standard, which is mostly good, although it is a little slow to respond on the kick down. However, you can change gears yourself using these paddle shifters. Engine refinement isn't the A-Class's strongest point, with most of them being quite vocal when you put your foot down. You can hear road noise inside the cabin just like you can in an Audi A3, however, wind noise is neatly suppressed. When it comes to ride comfort, this A-Class is far more comfortable than the old car. Sure, it's not quite as good as the Golf, but the Mercedes feels much smoother than the rival BMW 1 Series, especially around town. Things get less settled at higher speeds though. Stick to smaller alloy wheels for the best ride, but even the larger 18-inch alloys don't make things too uncomfortable. The A-Class handles as well as you would expect for a car like this. It does lean a little bit more than an A-Class through the corners, but generally it does have plenty of grip on offer and does feel well composed. The steering impresses too, building weight naturally as you go into the corners. It's also light enough to make parking a doddle around town. Wow! There is no other words to describe this interior. It is absolutely fantastic. Your eye is immediately drawn to this huge screen that dominates the centre console. If you go for the upgraded version, you get two 10.25-inch touchscreens, one for your infotainment and one for your dials. Even the standard version gets two 7-inch touchscreens. To control all the functions, you can either use the touchscreen or you can use this pad here, or you can use the controls on the steering wheel. You get sat-nav, DAB radio and a couple of USB sockets, as well as some other useful functions. Our full review can tell you about this system in more detail, but it's both graphically impressive and mostly easy to use. Although generally speaking, the rotary dials in the A3 and 1 Series are easier to operate as the driver. Getting comfortable in the A-Class is easy because there's plenty of adjustment in the seat and also in the steering wheel. If you'd like electric adjustable seats, you need to spec the Premium Plus pack. You don't get adjustable lumbar support, however, the seats are very well contoured, so that doesn't actually matter. And in terms of visibility, it's much better than the outgoing model, but even so, you still get a reversing camera as standard. If you would like front and rear parking sensors, you need to spec the Executive pack. As I've already said, perceived quality is excellent because it certainly does have the wow factor. And if you're gentle with these buttons, then that wow factor remains. However, if you're a little bit heavy-handed, like this, the whole panel flexes. So some people might think that the quality is not quite as good as it could be. Even if you tower over most of your friends and colleagues, which is not me, I hasten to add, at 5'4.5". But if you are really tall, you will find inside the Mercedes A-Class is very spacious. Note, if you go for the panoramic sunroof, it does eat into the headroom a little bit, but there's a long way to go. There's also plenty of storage, so you've got decent sized door bins. You have more storage here and 2 cup holders here, more storage here, as well as a decent sized glove box. First thing to note is this wheel arch makes it a little tricky to get into the back. However, once here, it's on a par with the Audi A3 and slightly roomier than a BMW 1 Series. If you're sitting 3 adults side by side, then an A3 is slightly roomier. But unless you're over 6 foot tall, there isn't really going to be much to complain about sitting in the back of a Mercedes A-Class. And if you'd like a rear armrest, you'll have to stump up the extra cash for the optional premium package. As you can see, we don't have one in this car. Boot space is reasonably good. You can fit a weekly shop or perhaps a couple of large holiday suitcases. We fitted 6 carry-on suitcases, which is the same as an Audi A3. There is a bit of a lip here which you have to heave stuff over, and there's no adjustable boot floor to even things out. You can, though, drop the rear seats to create an extended flat floor. On paper, the Mercedes A-Class is considerably more expensive than its rivals, the BMW 1 Series and Audi A3. If you're a company car driver, the Mercedes A180D diesel and the A200 petrol make a lot of sense. However, bear in mind, both of them emit higher CO2 emissions than the Audi A3 equivalents. The good news is that even entry-level SE versions of the A-Class come with plenty of kit. 16-inch alloy wheels, air conditioning, cruise control and keyless start all come as standard. That said, we'd recommend upgrading to Sport trim, which brings LED headlights, dual-zone climate control and a beefier look. Range-topping AMG models, such as the one we've got here, come with more added luxuries, but they're generally too expensive for us to really recommend. They come with 7 airbags, lane keep assist, driver monitoring alertness system, and automatic emergency braking. The Mercedes A-Class is reasonably spacious, good to drive, and packed with technology. Put simply, it's one of the best premium hatchbacks you can buy. And remember, if you're in the market for a Mercedes A-Class, go to our new car buying section on whatcar.com and see how much money we could save you. It could be thousands. You'll also find our full online review, including reviews of its rivals. But before you go there, before you do anything, hit subscribe and never miss another video.